Alright, welcome back again to part 4 of the Phantasm and Nightmare on Elm Street crossover drawing. So basically I'm just going to go ahead and draw some, or what I had already done was draw some dead trees alongside of the Elm Street home. Since I really don't know what the side of the house looks like, my best judgment is that whatever the facade looks like, so would the sides of the home. Because based on my recollection, of watching those movies, I don't recall ever seeing what the sides of the Elm Street home look like. So I could just take a gander and draw some boards, tapering off into that vanishing point, of course, kind of like that. I could probably etch in a window as well. There we go. And draw some more weeds growing up alongside the house. Kind of like that. So some weeds are going up here around the facade. May draw another dead tree. Kind of like right around here. There we go. And draw some weeds at the bottom of each dead tree. There we go. Draw some more lines. We go erase this. All right. Okay. It's Friday. I hope all of you had a good week, because I sure did. Tomorrow is the beginning of the weekend. I'm sure a lot of you have a lot of plans. If so, that's good. All right. I'll just keep drawing some weeds here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start detailing the body here, which is Freddy Krueger. Okay, he's basically impaled on the side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and draw like his rib cage. What about right here? Okay. Go ahead and erase these marks in between. Okay. And it says he wears a sweatshirt. We're not going to go too crazy with his muscles, body parts, and whatnot. But we'll just use those as like guidelines. They'll just be mere guidelines of how we want this figure really positioned. So I'm going to start with the shoulder here, make that more profound. We're going to erase all these marks in between these lines. There we go. Okay, so we pretty much etched in the deltoid, which is the shoulder muscle. There we go. The tricep, of course, is right here. Bicep. You go erase this. And make this a forearm. Or pronounce. We're going to go ahead and draw in his hand. All right. And we'll do that starting with his thumb and just hanging out right here. Wrist muscle right there. It's not going to be too detailed because given how small the hand is, we're not working with a really big figure here. We're going to go ahead and draw in his left arm, which is in the back, hidden in the background here. And draw in that forearm. Okay. We'll go ahead and do the same thing with that hand. We'll have the fingers just laying out. because he's not dead. He's just basically unconscious. There we go. If you're an aspiring artist, I recommend mastering the hands as fast as possible, because it's intrinsic to becoming a good artist. Right. See here. There we go. Takes time. Right. There. There we go. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start drawing in the leg muscles, make those more profound, looking more like legs. They're going to be a little thicker. There we go. Grace these guidelines, we don't need those anymore. Okay, knee joint is basically right here, and it's like on the side. There we go. Okay, the gastrocnemius muscles. Right here. Okay, drawing his shoe. Make this leg a little bit better. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and try to do the same thing on the other side here. There we go. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and give him a little bit more body. There we go. All right. we're going to go ahead and etch in his face. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this around. Okay, we got his head tilted toward the ground. That's basically how he's hanging down. Okay, we're going to go ahead and just draw like a circle. All right, kind of like that. Okay, chin coming over around here. Then the eyes will be like right here. Nose, mouth. Erase all of this. Since we already have the chin in place, it's pretty much at an angle. Go ahead and erase all this. We're going to go make that neck more pronounced. Let's go ahead and put this slide on so we can see better. There we go. Make these lines a little thinner. All right. There we go. All right, now since he's a burned victim, or he has the appearance of one in the dreams, we'll draw in his skin, his burnt skin. Okay, his ear is kind of like deformed. There we go. All right. His eyes are closed because he's not awake. Great. All right. Just got to turn this around as far as detail for the face, because I think it's as far as we're going to go. We can make his head a little bit bigger. I don't see why we can't do that. There we go. See if you guys can see that. I hope so. My camera has a limited field of vision. There we go. There we go. We're going to go ahead and draw in his clothes. We'll go ahead and draw in his glove. We can either draw him with his glove on his hand, or we could just draw it on the ground. It really doesn't matter. Since he's in a defeated state, we could probably just draw his glove on the ground. So, but what I like to do now is just start drawing in his sweater, his infamous black and red sweater. Okay, which means I gotta erase some of these lines that make up his forearm. Do the same thing for the other arm. There we go. His pant is, oh, we gotta still do the shirt. Okay, so the shirt right here, since he's bent at the bottom, what am I doing? Okay, I don't want that interfering with the sign. You go ahead, draw on the sign. Well, actually, no. The sign would end right here. Okay, we could erase the sign that's in his body. Now we could do this either one of two ways. We could just go have the sign discontinue from right here, then continue right here, and then discontinue from right there. Just show that it's sticking to the bow of him. But I guess right here would be a good deal to show where the sign is impaling him. So I think I was going to do it differently, but I changed my mind. Have it like right here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start drawing in the sweater. So I'm going to erase these guidelines. Don't need those anymore. That's for sure. All right. We could draw this a little longer, like hanging out a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and draw in his stripes. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and draw a stripe coming from his shoulder, traversing his chest area. Well, actually, let me go do this first. I got to mark off where exactly the shirt begins, and that would be where the collar is. Drawing this collar. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and draw in his stripes. Got a stripe traversing his entire chest, like that. Let's go ahead and erase all this over here. We're going to be doing the sketch method pretty soon, okay? And that way we won't have to worry about constantly erasing guidelines in between lines. That gets old after a while. There we go. Okay. And there's one right here, and there's a stripe right here. Stripe right there. Go. So I keep drawing stripes going across his body. Okay, this stripe right here, this line that will be interrupted by the post that's through his body. Okay. So we're going to have the stripe continue over here.